Yo, what's up, everybody?
Skyman tapping the fuck in.
And if you haven't heard already, hype as fuck, baby. Let's go.
It's your boy Ace Outlier. We're about to get hype as fuck.
What it do? This is TSD Chris with Trap Star Dreamers, and you tuned in with Hype as Fuck Podcast. Let's get
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck.
I'm hype as fuck.
I'm the bastard.
I'm G Blunt.
We are tongue tied.
Yep.
And we are hype as fuck to be back.
What's up, Jesse?
I want to take a second at the beginning of this, and I just want to give you your flowers. What up, Chris?
What's up?
Are you ready? Because I know I'm ready. Are you ready to get hype as fuck?
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck.
I love you so much. I think you're fantastic. You know I do. I just love meeting you guys in person, and then it's oh my god, you're you're actually our family for life. As soon as I saw you, I wanted to hug you because you've been there, you've been there for us. You're not just regular to me. You're Mad Back Jackson.
Well, shout out to Hype as Fuck Promotions. Shout out to Mad Back Jackson.
He's mad whack. Let's get hype as fuck, yeah?
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck. Hype as fuck.
Hype as fuck.
Hype AF in the house.
Your boy Master K, be sure to tap him for hype as fuck. Let's get it. Jill.
Jesse, get hype as fuck. What up?
Y'all want your hype as fuck? I know I do.
Roar! This is Tani and you're watching Hype as Fuck.
What up, what up? What up, what up? Welcome to another episode of Get Hype AF Podcast. I am your host, Mad Whack Jackson. And excuse me for the weird tone of voice and probably overall lack of awareness. I am not feeling good, but the show must go on, and we have an awesome one set up for you today. We got some music lined up from our guest. We have an extra special guest joining our original guest. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing me an absolute solid favor and sharing this video out, tagging your people to come watch and join, and most importantly, remember to drop those comments and questions if you have them. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on our guests, Toad and Princess Party Toad.
That's you. Woo! Thanks for being here, guys. Jesse, thank you so much for having us. It's a blast to be here.
Thank you. And I'm Unicorn Toad, or you can call me Party Toad.
It is an absolute pleasure to have you both on the show today. So to get us started, why don't you guys just tell us where you guys are from and how old both of you are?
Well, for me, I was originally born in Colorado Springs, which is why I got a little bit of a twang to my voice. I don't know if you noticed that I say Colorado. I get made fun of that a lot. We moved down to Arizona 2000-ish. Been out here ever since. I still got tons of family up in Colorado. Still root for the Broncos because obviously they won't let you back in if you don't root for the team. That's like an actual rule in Colorado. So Emily here is 6 years old. And she has been born and raised in Arizona. So she is sunburnt, just from straight out the gate.
I'm not, and I am good.
Yeah, she's in first grade and she's killing it. She also wants to be a musician. I will tell you guys, there is no joy in life like hearing your own daughter walking around singing your song and just butchering the hell out of the words.
That's great.
Gotcha. Okay. Excuse me.
So,
by the way, congratulations on that new album. I ran through it a couple of times. It's really good. I like it a lot. I added the likes to it on Spotify, and I followed you guys too.
And make sure you attach one of the toast tickets or a lot.
I appreciate that big time. And I want to ask our little princess unicorn party toad over here a question, if you don't mind. What is your favorite song of Daddy's?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
I know I see the light.
Oh, she loves The Light.
The Light. Okay.
That's off
I'll
of
have-
Extra Play, which is an EP, and she actually does like sing that song every day.
That is fantastic. I'm gonna have to definitely go look that one up and give it a special listen just for you.
Talk about you.
So how long have you been doing music?
Well, it's not as long as I think a lot of people think. So I got basically some gift cards to Target, and I bought a MIDI device by mistake. And then with it came a recording program, and I slowly started buying things. I really started making music March 2024. So I really started just like recently, and then I found out I could release it in May, and I started releasing music, 2 months later. So I have like 9 albums out, but I've only been releasing music since May.
Wow. That is impressive. That is extremely impressive.
And I've been doing music for 2 days because today is the 20th.
For 2 days.
And she's killing it.
Heck yeah. Way to get going at it early. Good for you. I can't wait till I hear a song from both of you guys. And I'm going to say, hey, I met that miniature unicorn toad before anybody.
She said she's going to say she met you before anyone when you start releasing music.
What the heck, Marooney?
So who are some of your inspirations musically and even outside? Who do you look up to and who inspired you?
Well, I mean, growing up, I grew up in the Michael Jordan era. So, I mean, anyone my age, like Michael Jordan is like a god to you. Even though I've been a diehard Denver Nuggets fan my whole time, you couldn't help but deny how amazing that guy was to watch. So Michael Jordan was someone that I looked up to. And then, of course, your typical Denver Broncos, as stereotypical as I hate to admit it, John Elway, Terrell Davis were just like people that you wanted to be like, Terrell Davis himself, I don't know if you know his story, but he came from an abusive house where his dad would like hit them with like wires from the wall. Like he would pull wires out the wall and hit them with it. And like he grew up in just in a straight abusive house, and he became, he still is with the NFL. So like I said, he's always an inspirational story. But music wise, I'm all over the place. I mean, when they talk about that guy that likes everything, that's actually me. Like my playlists are so far and crazy, Tupac's obviously a big influence. Pantera was the first metal band that I ever got to listen to, hearing them shout fucking hostile as a kid, it's like, oh, that's amazing. So, a lot of the big name bands definitely pushed me. And I was there when Eminem came out, when Kid Rock came out, and nobody actually knew who these guys' names were, Nelly came out with Country Grammar, and, we suddenly all knew his name. But at that time, it's pretty much all the guys who are super big now, they were kind of nobodies then, Like the Slim Shady LP, you tell people about it, they were like, what?
No, that's absolutely correct. Our generation of music is it got slept on for a while, and now everything that everyone associates with hip hop can be attributed to our generation or just a little before, honestly. A lot of our big hitters.
Who inspires me is Michelle, my BFF.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a favorite song out of your catalog that you have so far?
If you put a gun to my head and I had to choose, it'd definitely be Ticking Time Bomb. And on the Extra Play album, it's just ticking because I actually got it HD. I got it all cleaned up. I got it sounding phenomenal. But I actually lost my voice for a week straight because of how hard I had to go on that song. And most people are like, that's you on that song? I'm like, yeah, that's me on that song. And I couldn't talk to my family for 7 days because of that song. But I've always loved how I made a beat that matches the lyrics. Ticking time on, there's a ticking time on, there's alarms going off, explosions going off. You know, it all just matches each other. It's such a great theme. And just about anyone who listens to it tells me it's a great song. So I never get any negative feedback on it. And I felt like it was the first song that was like a good song that I wrote. You know, like, hey, this is something that you could like share with strangers and they should like it, you know?
Yeah. And make sure you always add daddy.
Listen to what the little one is saying. Make sure you always add my guests to your following list of people and to your playlists on streaming platforms and all of that good stuff. Best advice of the show. Thank you. Now, have you had the opportunity to perform on a stage?
No, not as a musician that I am. You know, I've done little side things before, nothing ever extravagant, nothing ever important for more than like 20 people, but not as an actual musician named Toad. And, you know, Toad actually is an Xbox name that I kind of ran with, to be honest with you.
I can't help but notice your wall behind you of toads. So, you said it was just an Xbox name, but is there more to it? Why go with that name?
Well, you know what happened is that I was originally Toad Doe, and everyone kept calling me Toad 2 Doe, even though my name was Toad Doe. So I actually switched my name to Toad 2 Doe, and then everyone just started calling me Toad. And they actually started calling me Toad like a toad, which is where that came from. They'd actually be like, Toad. You know, so it is a nickname that like I didn't choose for myself. Other people kind of slapped on me. And you either run with something or you act like it's not there. So we're going to run with this until the wheels fall off of that thing. And we're just going to keep going. Because honestly, this is the gift that just keeps on giving. Because you can just put a toad in just about anything and it's cool. I'll make like Halloween stickers with a toad on it and hand it to people. And then I get a couple of people to listen to my music. So, you know, instead of bugging you for a demo, $5 for I just give you a sticker.
No, I love that. And I also want to just give you a shout out on your imagery because that has been one of the things that, for me personally, being a graphic designer, that has attracted me to a lot of your music is that you have a lot of really nice visuals that you put along, whether it be your cover art or just the little TikToks that you make. Like, you incorporate your toad into everything, and I personally think that you find some great imagery for it.
It's like I said, the toad is the gift that just keeps on giving. It's so easy to do, and you know, you can put him anywhere because he's a toad, and no one's going to argue with you. I'm just trying to make it to where people think the toad is actually cool, which it seems like it's working. Because I'm starting to see people do toad things that they didn't do before. And I think that's the subliminal. They're starting to think like toads are pretty cool, but I don't try to put half-assed work out there. You know, my grandpa taught me, if you're going to do something, do it right. You know, like, why do something just to half-ass it? I chose to be a musician, so why half-ass it at this point? I might as well full-ass it and just go straight with the gimmick and enjoy the ride while it lasts.
That's a good way to look at it. I love that outlook.
Daddy said thank you so much.
Yes, right.
Now, this one is outside of your catalog, and I want to stress on the currently word. So what is one song currently not in your personal collection, but one song that you find yourself playing on repeat right now?
Now I'm probably going to say his name wrong, and I apologize for that. I read things one way, sometimes the pronunciation is not the same, but it's like Being X, like beings, I don't know if you know who that guy is, but he has a song, In My Prayers. And before I even started, doing the music myself, I heard this song, and to be honest, it hurt my feelings, because he talked about how things are just a hobby, and if you never chase your dreams, it's never really going to happen. No one's going to do it for you. Things like that. He's got a really good flow to the song. And now that I have music on Spotify myself, this song hits completely different. You're right there with him. You're like, that's how you do it. Obviously he's got a way bigger fan base than me, but he's been doing this a little bit longer. But that's a song that, you know, I carry from before to after. And you know, if you're that kind of person who inspires or you're in the music genre, it's a great song. I really don't see it getting popular because, you know, there's a very specific niche group that would like that song, as in like you and me, you know, but other than that, you know, you should check it out. It's in my prayers if I'm saying it right.
That's
Okay.
fantastic that you found something to relate to on that deep a level, and you know, you took something not necessarily a negative, but that you weren't comfortable with, and it had is now turned into something that you know, absolutely enjoy, and it's because of the process that you went through during that. Like that's fantastic. I hope more people come at me and have more reasons on why they have these favorite songs. That is, I love that.
But you know, I honestly didn't know you're gonna. I've watched a lot of your things. I didn't know you're gonna ask that one, and it's just a good question. So.
Good question.
All right. So, do you know this question? Do you have a song in your collection that is just brings up emotion? Happy, sad, no matter what, is just overly emotional for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a few of them, but "Don't Give Up on Me" is definitely like that first, like, you know, I felt like I wrote a song that was like powerful. Again, to not to the world, but to a very specific group of people. I remember recording that one like actually in the dark. I didn't mean to do that. It just that's like the mood of that song. But it's a song where I talk about like people who have, you know, basically, you know, try to hurt themselves in the past. You know, people who have, you know, massive addictions or depression. You know, don't give up on me. You know, because I've actually been there before where I have given up several times before. You know, so I know what it's like to see that, you know, that true darkness. So to be able to put a song like that out there was great, but it definitely gets mixed reviews. Like I call it a very controversial song in the essence when some people hear it, they get a little pissed off because the person that I'm poking at that caused these things, they're that person. And they don't like hearing that. They don't like hearing that, you know, a drug addicted relative, you know, that they're not helping them. They're part of the problem, you know, with the way that they act and handle things around them. So I'll get like the song on YouTube, it'll get 20 likes, 20 dislikes. It is what it is, you know. And I get comments on it like that are just angry, you know. But then I also get comments like, "Why does this song hit so hard?" You know, and I'll actually respond. I'm like, "Hey, don't give up on me, man."
Okay, your question, I know I feel it.
Yeah, it's making music in general is such an odd place, man. You either have big time fans who can relate to what you're saying, or you have those people out there who, you know, on the flip side, have never had to deal with whatever it is we are dealing with and struggling and talking about in our music. So they just automatically don't make a connection and understand. And, you know, it takes a certain kind of level of understanding when, as a listener, when you go into music. I personally want to say that you can't go listen to music and have a closed mind, because every single musician is out there making music from almost 90% of them are making music from their own personal experience, and no one else has gone through those experiences. So no one is ever going to fully relate to what we're saying. But on the flip side, we're absolutely hoping that maybe something that we're saying in our words is reaching you and can resonate with you on some level. We don't expect you to understand it all by any means.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. And I often will tell some people, you know, if that song means that to you, that's what that song means then. You know, who am I to tell you that's not what that song means to you? So if you get a different meaning from the song, that's perfectly fine too. You don't need to feel the same way other people do if it hits you that way. You know?
Absolutely. That's another good thing to point out. We all, you know, it's just like opinions. We all have them, but we all don't necessarily want to go walking around, you know, sharing other people's fucking opinions either. You can share them, but you don't need to shove them down our throats.
That's what Twitter's for, right?
Exactly.
You guys are talking too much.
Oh, sorry. Excuse us. You want to talk about your album coming out?
Yeah, let's see. What do you got coming out? What's your first song gonna be?
We're just messing with you, sweetheart. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely curious. If you have a song, what would you call it?
What would your song be about?
My song would be about never forget the diamonds.
Never.
Hey, man, that sounds like some pretty solid content. I'm not gonna lie.
So, you know what though? The problem is when I'm handing out all my stickers and stuff, which is where these are all the rejected, the smaller ones are rejected stickers. Like there's a problem with them, and I don't like to give imperfect stickers out. So these are all the rejected ones, but she's gone with me a lot to actually hand out as I hand out these stickers. So she's actually told people before, like, scan the QR code to listen to my music.
You got your own little street team over here.
Yeah, she comes in, miniature size.
That is awesome. I love that. So
and I hate this air. It's uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. Well, take a break. Take it off and go take a break.
And you do not say anything about me.
All right, go take a break. Go. Get your finger out of your nose. I don't want to see that. Get out of here.
So to keep things rolling here a little bit, I want to go ahead and jump into one of these songs that you sent me. So why don't the first one I want to play is Little Fairy. So why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about that one real fast?
Well, Little Fairy is basically a story about how, it's obviously all through, metaphors and so on and so forth, but it's about when I actually had her and the majority of my family basically turned their back on me for a while after something had happened with me and my parents, where my parents actually tried to attack her and then verbally assaulted my wife. It was a pretty terrible situation. So it's a whole song about how when I needed them the most, they still showed themselves to be the worst people that they could be.
I just want to. What did you say?
Well, you missed it, girlfriend.
Are you calling?
All right.
No, I think that's on her side. Hey, you're here? That's like little. I don't know if that's us or them. Says I got a close signal there, getting all close to the camera.
Can you hear me?
I froze up there.
Can you hear me?
I don't know if I need to refresh.
No, I'm good. I'm sorry, guys. It was totally mine. I can hear you. I apologize. We're getting some stuff set up over here. We should be good now.
Oh my Lord! I was just like, what? I sound like an old man right there. Like, am I old?
All right. So to my viewers, we are going to play a song called Little Fairy, and this is one that he sent to us. We're going to be doing this via YouTube, but we're going to be doing it Happy Day style through my speakers. So let me know how the sound quality comes through. And I apologize because we already know it's not the best, but it's the best I can do for now. And we're going to bring you some music. So this is Little Fairy, you guys.
Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. The king on his waiting for you to give the start. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. Only the ones who are brave hit the start. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. The king on his waiting for you to give the start. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. Only the ones who are brave get to start. Take with all your might now and take with all your force.
Okay.
Come over here, I got this saddle on this horse.
Okay.
You got a kingdom now, you need to support. It's one time in your life you can't fall short.
Okay.
You need to go north and try a new form. With no soul, or the bed you have the sword.
Okay.
Go straight off of the course. Don't come back to my fort, little fairy.
What?
Are you listening?
No.
This is how you become a man. It's conditioning. It's in the air.
What is?
For your feelings, we don't care. Take them all down, lock them down, deep there. Keep them down deep in the lair. Don't keep that, no one will even know it's there. It really isn't fair, but we don't care. Shut your mouth, have a seat up in that chair. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. The kingdom is waiting for you to give the start. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. Only the ones who are brave at the start. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. The kingdom is waiting for you to give the start. Speak, little fairy, now open up your heart. Only the ones who are brave get to start.
Little fairy, why you yelling? Little fairy, why you selling? They done put you on the table, locked you up, now you're disabled. Little fairy, why you mad? Shove that anger deep down into the bottom of your bag. Make it look like you are glad. No longer will I get pushed over. No, no more looking over my own shoulder. No, the burdens I won't carry like a boulder. No, little fairy gets it now because I'm much older. I'm not scared of the snow. Grab the board, let's go. Tell the mother fairies they are moving way too slow. They be scared of the snow. Grab the board, let's go. Man, my brain about to blow. Give me a new flow.
If you're new to Hype AF podcast, you may or may not know that we only play half the song of our artist here, because if you want to hear the whole track, you have to go give that stream to my guest himself on one of his platforms. So I absolutely highly recommend you guys go do that. That was banging. You're looking for, what is your YouTube name exactly?
I actually have two channels. So I started releasing gaming clips on Toad 2 Dope, just like Shaggy 2 Dope of Toad at the beginning. Then I do have a Toad account, which you do kind of have to look for. That's the official, like, it's already been monetized because it's through my distributor. It's the official Toad account on YouTube. So I do have two of them. Honestly, if you find Toad 2 Dope, I normally comment as Toad on the other videos, just to try to get some of my subscribers to come over to the official account if they do like the music. So, but if you do go to Spotify, iTunes, all those places, there is other Toads, unfortunately. So you need to make sure that you find this Toad. You showed the Angry album there, which is a very angry, mutated Toad there for you. I get a lot of comments on how some people say it's scary, some people love it, but that definitely filled in the Angry album. But you have to look for me on Spotify. I'm like the third Toad that shows up on there. So.
Yeah, that's a pretty recognizable image, you guys. So you should definitely be able to find it by looking for this image.
There. Oh, was that because of me?
I don't know what happened. And Restream just decided to just take you off the screen there for a second.
That's weird.
Because
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
So again, you guys go give the rest of that track a stream, because that was hard.
Yeah,
now I have a question. Are you all of these vocals?
Yeah. If I'm being honest though, I stay honest. I don't like to tell lies. I don't want someone to call me out and not be able to do it. That deep voice is you just gotta speak very clearly into the microphone. I mean very clearly. And that guy is -4 on the pitch. And that's how I achieve that super deep sound. But if you even mumble even 1% of that word, it's not going to get it. It'll actually skip parts of the word, and now you have a whole different rhyme scheme that just sounds terrible.
A starter already.
That definitely
So
helps
do
out too.
you do your own mixing and mastering as well?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing when I started. I just kind of slowly started buying all this stuff, and looking online, it told me that I should adjust these sounds and doing things like that. So I kind of started doing that because they looking at places they wanted like $600 to mix an album, and I was like, how much $600 to mix an album? What am I supposed to do? So yeah, I mix it. My distributor is Lander. They actually master my tracks for me, and they're watch your feet, girlfriend. And they're where I actually get all of my samples from when I want to use samples.
Now, you had mentioned to me, and I'm not sure if maybe I misunderstood this, but are you signed with a label as well?
I mean, I am. It is a label, but they're not very big, and neither are any of the artists involved in it. We got Colin Dwayne Book is the top guy at this label. Yesterday I checked, and he's got like 743 Spotify monthly listeners. So he's doing pretty good on his own over there. Then we got Gage, who's part of the band Slit Throat. These guys are actually metal dudes. And then we got Chris, who's the Cremutator, which I actually have him on the wall there because he's going to be on my metal album that I have coming up. But I'm not signed to anything specifically, so I'm still be considered like an unsigned artist. At times, it often more feel like small artists coming together to try to help each other grow by collaborating and working together. But they have this ridiculously long name that I'm not going to bother myself to learn.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I
nobody
guess
has like a 10-word name.
Oh, stop speaking too much. Let me stop speaking.
Well, tell them what you want to say. Tell them right now. Get it out there. What does Unicorn Toad want to say?
I am Big Princess Blood.
Fantastic, guys. You heard it here first. Sorry about that.
No apologies necessary. I think we're all enjoying the no offense, the peanut gallery.
Right? I noticed we get stares when we go to the store.
Are we just going to chit chat all day?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna chat. So when you got to chat and you want to say something, just be like, chat. It's all good here. So what would be your 5-year plan or some of your upcoming goals?
I mean, honestly, I just want to build any type of fan base and kind of go from there. I really don't know what I'm doing. Every day is a new step. They tell me to impersonate what I see other musicians doing, and that's kind of what I do. That's where my videos came from. Is I saw a lot of musicians that had not a huge, not a small, but they had a decent fan base. They were doing stuff like that, so I did that myself, and I've kind of just been copying that, but. I'm being honest with you, I have no idea. I have no idea how we would put on a show. All I know how to do is, write bars, make music, and get it out there. So right now, it's just trying to get a fan base. Trying to get people to say Toad. I got a Toad in Japan that's got a decent fan base. And there's a Toad that he has like Toad songs, like from Mario itself. It's kind of weird. I don't want to bag on his music, but this stuff is kind of weird. I just don't get it. So I got a few toads that I got to bury first, so I become the top toad, and then we'll go from there.
Dude, I feel you. I don't know how on earth it happened or why it happens, and I'm not complaining by any means, but I'm based out of Colorado, United States, and my fan base is in Finland. I don't know a single person in Finland, so how on earth Helsinki is my top streaming city is absolute madness, craziness to me. But there again, you got fans, guaranteed you got fans. They just haven't found you yet, because I feel like I have fans that just haven't found me yet either. Helsinki,
that's why you keep
here I am.
Let's all take a break now.
You go take a break, girlfriend. We're fine.
Yep, you can come back anytime you want. Don't worry about it. You go have fun, and if you want to come back, you could come back and say hello later.
She's got major FOMO. She hates being excluded from things. But I know people get a kick out of seeing us interact, so I figured it wouldn't hurt.
So we also have a little bit of a surprise for you guys today. Actually, we have another song sent in that is unreleased. I believe this one, the unreleased one, if I uploaded them, this was Pedestal, correct?
Yes, this one. If this one's got my verses on it, I am looking for someone to jump on the track. I got 2 open spots. Some people have kind of flirted with it, but no one's gotten back to me. So.
Well, for one, I read your email and I definitely am interested. So we're going to play this and we're going to see how many people jump on this track. And honestly, we're going to see who comes through for you. And if they don't, Madwack got your back. This is Pedestal. And again, you guys, like he just said, this is unfinished. He's looking for some space. So give this one a listen. And if you're interested, please message him and work it out.
We tired of talking, come on over here and get it cool. You dragging shit out here just like a fucking mule. You too short, go get a motherfucking stool. Put me up on that pedestal. Come get it, bitch, you talk a lot of shit. All you ever really did was suck up on a dick. Standing on the corner staring there just acting like a trick. Put me up on that pedestal. Got that look on your face, you such a prick. Bet for $20 you would come suck up on my dick. Put me up on that pedestal. Clear the path, you better put me on that pedestal. Talking shit is leaving you in debt with medical. Rip your skin off, leaving nothing but your skeletal. You could be a man if you had some genitals. Put me up on that pedestal. Before I take this knife and stab you in your retinal. All I do confirm it's credible. Her pussy gets me hot, that's why I call her edible. Put me up on that pedestal. These people want me, but they can't get it, fool. Put me up on that pedestal. That's something that they'll never seem to get, fool.
pedestal, but it's easier to ride on a pedestal.
You already got some hits for this one. DJ Lucius, I'm gonna have to fight you, bro, but hit up my man for sure.
I'm glad they like it. I'm glad they like it. I put it on Facebook and like no comments. One dude sent me a message and he said he's gonna check it out and he liked it, but he never said anything back. So
And I have not done it yet, but you can guarantee everyone watching this video, I will be tagging his personal page and the artist page in the description link as well, so you will be able to absolutely easily find him on social media.
and that's my fault. I have a problem logging in, so I should have been synced up. But that's definitely my fault. So I appreciate you doing that for me.
Absolutely. That is the whole reason we do this, man. The whole hope is that we can get you some new followers, some new fans, get you out there, get you some whatever it is you're looking for, and get your foot just a little bit further in the door if we can. I don't have that big a platform myself, but my people are your people. I'm willing to share them.
You know, you keep saying that, but I see your stuff like a day or two after it's ended, and it has a lot of views. And it doesn't count like someone reads that one watch is one watch, even on, Facebook is a stickler. So, and I see an insane amount of shares on your videos. So I think you don't realize you have a, I'm not going to say you're corn big, but you have a bigger fan base than you realize. Because I hear you say that a lot. I think you're bigger than you realize.
I appreciate that. But a big part of how I got here was blasting and promoting. So unfortunately, most of them shares are probably me and my buddy Jacob. Shout out Jacob in the comments. I see you. That guy right there. You want to link up? I highly suggest you link up with my buddy Jacob. He will help you just share your stuff out there like crazy.
We will take it. My headset seems to have died. Are you still hearing me fine?
Perfect.
Sweet.
Now we get into the kind of what if questions. If you could have a feature or work with anyone, dead or alive, who would you want to work with?
Well, since you said dead, you have to say Tupac. We're on the rap game, and I mean, Tupac is Tupac. So, if you do include dead, it's got to be Tupac. That's, quick answer for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much the answer I get. We can't, no one's ever fucking replacing Tupac, that's for sure. Shout out Pac.
Yeah, Notorious is also a good answer in my eyes. Notorious isn't a wrong answer either. It just depends on which side of that you were.
Now, on the other side of that, currently, have you worked with any other artists that you'd like to shout out?
Right now, I've only worked with the Cremutator, which he's a metal musician. He is on Spotify as well. But I do have a song coming out with Slit Throat Sleeve Singer, which I think he calls himself Skeleton, but I know him as Gage because, he's my buddy now. But we got a song with him coming out, and then the Colin Dwayne Book, he's also going to be featured on that same song. So I do have those guys, but I've been putting it out there like, let's figure it out. Let's work together so some of us could, grow together. What's it going to hurt to help promote each other?
Exactly. You don't just see one bee floating around outside, right? There's a whole colony, a whole beehive of them suckers out there pollinating and making shit happen. It's not just one.
Right. It takes a village for anything.
Now, same question, but this one is for, again, sky is the limit here. If you could, and you're headlining, opening, you are the star, any venue, anywhere, where would you want to headline?
Got to do the beard rub on that one because you got to think about that one a little bit. Oh, that one's easy. Red Rocks, Colorado. Come on now. There's no better place
Oh,
in the
yeah.
world to play a concert than Red Rocks. Everyone from Colorado knows that. Everyone who's even been close to that theater knows that that amphitheater is amazing. The Rocks amplify the sounds to a way that you have never heard those musicians, to sometimes almost ruining your love for that musician for a little bit until you get away from that high that Red Rocks gave you. You know, because it doesn't hit as good as it did at Red Rocks when you're on Spotify anymore. You know?
That is the realest shit ever. I absolutely agree with you. And again, I'm biased. I am from Colorado, but like he said, if any artist that is born and raised or from Colorado or has been here and had the opportunity to witness a concert at Red Rocks and you don't pick that venue, you must have seen a really shitty band. I don't know what could have happened. And I
I
apologize,
would
but
think a
Red
shitty band
Rocks
would
is
be
the
amazing
epitome.
there.
No. Nope.
She's crazy. I apologize. She's crazy like her dad.
Oh no, I'm shushing my crazy ass over here. My dog's gonna start to
No.
go on her little rampage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I would never shush your daughter. Trust me, that would no.
I thought you were doing it
No
back
way.
to me like you thought I was shushing you.
No, absolutely shushing my dog, you guys. I apologize if that came through. If not, right on. Glad we missed it.
No, I was shushing her because she was being loud.
I feel like this next question, I'm gonna get a good answer from you because I've seen how you've handled a few of them so far on social media. How do you?
Oh, I put them front and center. Those are my favorite kind of people. I love a hater because how do I put this? If you ain't doing nothing, you ain't got no haters. So the haters showing up, they're telling you that you are doing something. Haters, they keep me going. They get me up in the morning. You know, I wanna make these people mad because their sole job is to try to make other people mad. So I kind of just turn it right back on them. You saw that post I put on there where I said, you know, I turned this guy around. He left on one of my YouTube comments. He left, I don't mean to be a troll, but this is the most cringiest thing that I have ever seen in my life. And I'm like, hold the phone, man. JoJo Siwa exists, okay? At best, I'm fighting for second most cringiest thing. Like, I could never beat JoJo, but he went on to tell me about how my lyrics were terrible. My beat was absolutely horrific. If you're wondering which song, it's the Like Jokic song, again, off of Extra Play. And so what I did is, this was on YouTube, is I took his comment and I replied to it with a video, retook that same video, slapped his comment right there, right on the screen for everyone to see. And I put the title as a video, Do Y'all Agree? And not one person agreed with them. So the next day I came back on there and I tagged them in a thing. I said, look at that, not one person agrees with you. And that was the same guy who turned around the other day and said, all right, you got me. You know, and I treat every single one of them the same way. You know, I am equal, you know, hater to the haters themselves. You know?
Heck yeah. Well, I agree with you wholehearted. Haters make me famous. So if you got them, you absolutely are doing something right. So
And then egg them on.
honestly, I don't try to egg them on, but there's a few of you get under my skin, and we're definitely gonna go tit for tat for a while.
That same guy, I don't think he realized, because he commented and I replied back, I looked back at it like an hour later, it jumped up 1,000 views. So because someone was interacting with it so much, YouTube was like, hey, this is a great video. And it started showing it to a lot of people.
See, and I don't think they understand that. Internet trolls do not understand that the more they want to talk and comment and, you know, do this type of thing, they're doing the exact opposite, and they're helping push us up in the algorithm, get us more views. They're giving us more streams because more and more people want to know, wait, what is this guy talking about? And they don't get that. You're doing the exact opposite. So honestly, if you're a troll, come to my page and just comment some shit on my stuff because you're helping me out. I encourage it. You aren't going to get a rise out of me, but you're more than welcome to come and just be belligerent. No one's going to care, trust me. We have a question from DJ Lucius. Where do you see yourself in 3 years within the music industry? Where would you like to see yourself?
I'd like to be able to put on a show by then. I don't know what the timelines are for things. I don't know how an artist is supposed to progress. Everyone keeps saying, on Facebook, where, obviously everything is so serious and so real that if you don't have like $70,000 at least to advertise, you're never going to make it as an artist. And I don't think people like Ryan Upchurch had people throwing money out there. A lot of these guys did make it on their own. So I really don't believe that, but I don't know what the timeline really is for, like, if you're doing good, if you're doing bad, should you stop, should you keep going? I really don't know, but by 3 years, I'd like to be able to put on some kind of show. That'd be cool. But Arizona, I mean, maybe I don't know about them, but there's not a lot of small venues out here. They're normally like normal sized venues. And even people like ICP, I saw them at what is considered a bar as opposed to, like a big venue, but this bar turns themselves into a pretty big venue. So there was a lot of people there, but that, it seems like the underground hip hop, it's not like a big thing in Arizona unless I just haven't gotten the invite to it. So if there, oh, girlfriend, careful. So if, someone in Arizona knows about that underground scene or where these guys do actually perform and where they go to, I would like to know. I generally have no idea what they're doing or how they get themselves out other than making the videos I do on YouTube.
Sure. And well, I personally, I don't think I don't know. I'm kind of right there, kind of learning this whole thing with you, but personally, I don't think there is a time frame. I feel that when you feel that you're ready and you are at the place where you feel comfortable enough to take those next steps forward, then that's when you do it. I don't think there is a calendar schedule. So when you feel like you are ready to make that next move, I say just get out there and do it. Don't let anyone try to tell you you haven't been doing it long enough or you don't have enough skill, you don't have enough practice, you need to get more under your belt. If you are confident in the music that you are making, go out there and do your thing, man. Don't hold yourself to another's idea of how it should be done. That's just my personal advice and opinion.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. It's just, I don't know how to put it. Like I said, I just don't know where they do it. Like, I know there's a small bar in Chandler, which is a city out here that does shows, but that's a little country area. So I really doubt they want somebody rapping over there. Like, they normally have, like, wannabe country singers there, and most of them kind of treat it more like karaoke.
Sure. I mean,
So that's what I have found,
Colorado,
but, like I said, I'm
we
not
have a
connected, personally to the Arizona underground scene.
sure. And I have a few people out there. I'd be more than happy to hit them up and, just kind of get some information on places that they might know. But it's the same thing out here, Colorado has a lot of venues, but a lot of them are the basic same ones that everyone knows to and it goes to. So if you want to step foot and try something new, it's very similar to what you're dealing with. You kind of, if you don't know people already, then it is a really hard scene to break into and get information on. It really is. Unless you know someone. But what I was saying that for is I don't know a bunch of people, but I know some people out in Arizona in the music scene. So I will reach out to them and you just kind of get some information and, help you
Haven't
pave
you
that
put
way.
on shows before, or did I misinterpret like pictures and videos I've seen of you?
I have performed, but I haven't put on any shows myself. I've just, pay for play artists. I go pay for my slot and get my 15 minutes.
Okay. So like in that situation, did they just basically like hand you a mic? You didn't have to set nothing up?
So the way the venue that I go to does it, you get 15 minutes. You have to sell 30 tickets or more or less, depending on the size of crowd I guess they're expecting. And you pick your 15-minute slot. You don't pick it, but you get your 15. You go and you put it on a USB card, and you hand your USB card to the DJ. And depending on the amount of tickets you sell is depending on where you will end up in the lineup for the night. Obviously, you sell a shit ton of tickets, you're going to be closer to the opener. And yeah, they pretty much put your little USB in the computer and hand you a mic, and you got 15 minutes to, honest to God, at least at my venue, do whatever you want. They're not very strict.
I like the honesty. So basically, just run your like. What do you just create like one audio file, or do they just play like your audio files until like the time's up?
Yep, whatever you downloaded on that USB and hand the DJ is whatever they're gonna play. They don't really have any kind of input on their own, really. I don't even know if they screen it. So that's what I mean, man. You could hand the DJ a blank USB card for all they know, and when you go up there for your 15 minutes to set, you could be on that stage and, I mean, cover the kids' ears, but lick your butt if you wanted to.
I was gonna say there'd be a lot of bravery if you put a 15-minute fart track on there and just rapped over a fart track the whole time.
And so, I mean, that's just, and again, that's the one venue that I have experience with. There are some out there, and I'm sure they all have different requirements, but that's how the one that I've performed at, that's how they roll, and that's why I've been able to do it. Is unfortunately it pay for play. I'm not a requested artist, unfortunately, yet. One day.
Right. Well, I know a lot of artists that, in different states that's exactly how a lot of that stuff actually goes. Like you either got to pay like to get yourself on the stage, or like you were sell tickets, which is still paying to get on that stage. You're just getting someone else to pay for it. Or maybe you do just buy 50 tickets your damn self, and hope for the best that other people are going to buy them from you. So yeah, I get what
Exactly.
you're
That's
saying, but that
exactly how
seems
it
to be like
works.
a startup part to a lot of artists that don't have like that big label with that big fancy money to spend all that ridiculous amount shoving your music down every single person's throat until they love it.
Yeah. See, and I paint it out as kind of a not so great thing, but it's really great because without going and getting out there, I was able to people who would have never heard of it before. So this unfortunate stipulation that comes with the label pay to play artist, yeah, it sucks, but there's really no other option if you are looking to perform. There really isn't, unless you are so buddy with someone who runs a bar and club or one of these places, or is a freaking actual real promoter or booker. That's your only option. I hate to say it. I hate to be that bearer of bad news to all those artists out there, but that is, unfortunately, that is the only option you have to go perform on a stage. You have to
I
pay.
hate to
You have to pay to play.
the band that I've loved for so long, but Pantera was put on because I believe it wasn't Philip, the lead singer, but I think it was the drummer's dad was a big wig at a record company, and he got them on stages that they had no business being on as a brand new band. So even Pantera, had a lot of push to get them up there. It wasn't their music that necessarily it kept them up there, but someone else put them up there to where their starting points here. You and me, we're like down here off the screen.
Yeah, and it's a lot. Money has a lot to do with it, and for small underground artists like ourselves who aren't rolling in it, it makes it a lot harder. And that is streams. I know a lot of streams and playlists and submissions and promotion. It all costs a lot of money, and if you don't have a lot of it, it's an automatic kind of, well, you better try harder.
Right.
DJ Lucius, heck yeah, man, I appreciate you doing that. I mean, he's saying that he always requires artists to send files days prior so that he can set everything up and sync it up. And there need to be more people out there like you that take the time and effort to do that. And honestly, I can't even put that on my DJ or the DJ at the venues, because the venue doesn't even require the artist to bring their music in more than 30 minutes before the show. So yeah, so I mean, that's not even in the DJ's control, honestly, I don't feel.
I saw these small
I
dudes.
gotta change topics before someone from my venue taps in and sees this and is like, "Oh, you ain't ever getting fucking played on my stage again, you little shit." I'm sorry, I love you guys, but it is what it is. If you know, you know.
I saw these smaller dudes that, I think they ended up breaking up, but they got so mad at the DJ for their thing skipping. But the DJ, he himself got on the microphone to tell them that it was their crappy equipment that was skipping. It was a little awkward.
For you personally, what has been one of the hardest obstacles for you to overcome being an artist?
Well, honestly, it's the YouTube algorithm. That is like, I just don't get the YouTube algorithm. Like I just cannot wrap my mind around it. I have over 7,000 followers on TikTok, and I started the TikTok like only a couple months ago. On Facebook, when I first started making music, I had 200 followers. I have like 2.5 thousand followers now. So I'm growing everywhere, but that YouTube algorithm seems to absolutely hate me. And that's the only thing that really gets me frustrated. Like, what am I doing wrong, YouTube? Like, I'll get one person to see the video. They'll like it, leave a comment, talk about how it's a great video, and then nothing. Like, no other views after that. Like, I thought that's what you wanted was engagement. So I don't get YouTube. I get frustrated with it, and I feel like I should have gotten, more fans. But it feels like I'm getting it somewhat better as my fan base is growing. But I did have the Never Angel. He actually made a video about me, and he had like details about me, where I was at, things about me. He called me the clean Shaggy 2 Dope, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And like I can't seem to get over that YouTube hump. It's quite weird that I seem to gain more fans making gaming videos from NBA 2K, and it's harder to do it with actual music, and honestly better to watch clips.
Well, if you ever figure out the hack to the algorithm, let me know, man, because I don't even have 1,000 followers on TikTok, and I am terrible at YouTube.
It hates us. You know what I think though is that it's not a stupid system, and I think it picks up that like we're promoting music, which essentially makes it an advertisement. They want you to pay for advertisements, not post it for free. So if we make an advertisement that is really good, then YouTube might show it. But other than that, it seems like it's just a stickler for people who make music. It wants you to put that dough out there because there's so many that do, and that makes it hard for people like you and me when, they got mommy or daddy or someone off, rich uncle, whoever is just throwing all this money, and we can't compete with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. This comment right here is exactly pretty much explains what we just said. The algorithm purposely hides music because, they don't make money off of it. We, as an artist, we make very little off of it, but social media makes even less unless you are the distribution company or a streaming service,
I would be more than
music
happy to
specific.
say, don't pay me, just show the damn videos. Because this guy was on Reddit. He said he had, what did he have? 550,000 subscribers. He got $440 at the end of the year. So that's Reddit. Take it as it is, but that's what a guy said on Reddit about his earnings as a, YouTube, video maker with an actual good, subscription base.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's heartbreaking.
That is absolutely incredible because see again, and it all kind of boils down to the music side of it, because I know an awful lot of YouTube creators who are not on the music side but are just basic content creators who make a living. Every dollar they make is from YouTube, and they are making quite a bit of money. It's insane. It's insane.
It's a hill that you have to climb that just never seems to end.
So that brings me to my next question. In all of this wonderful music life that we deal with, what keeps you motivated?
Honestly, there's no better feeling than making music. Like, a lot of my life, I felt like I was in the wrong place. Like, I did air conditioning for 12 years out here. I've done almost 10,000 Uber trips as an Uber driver. And I've worked at so many places. I've been a part of so many groups, And the one place that I truly felt like I was in the right place, like this is where you're supposed to be, was music. So honestly, I can't imagine like just stopping, because then like I just have nothing to do. My life would just be dull and boring because you gave up on your passion, something that makes you, yeah, I don't know how to put it other than it makes you feel high when you hear your songs, and that you got the sound all good, you got a nice beat, and people are liking your video over it. It gives you a nice high that people can't knock you off of.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Unless you make music, that is a feeling you can only experience if you try. Even if you're not a recording artist, I highly recommend anyone out there who loves music to just go try it one time, because the feeling that you get, even if it never comes out, or if it even comes out shitty, just the fun you have recording and making a song is a whole nother kind of feeling. So I highly recommend, like I said, even if you aren't trying to be a musician, just go try it one time. Go
And
sing,
honestly,
go
you get
lip
better
sync
the more you
your favorite
practice.
track or something. Just do it. So I'm gonna try to play this other song that you sent me called "Mental" real fast.
Oh, that's
What can you
metal
tell
right
us
there
about
for
this
you.
one? Give us a little intro behind this one.
So this is part of the metal album, and the metal album is actually going to be called Gone Mental, but we got the N in parentheses because it's actually Gone Mental Metal, because it is my metal album. With the metal album, we do have like your standard metal. We got some, black metal on there. I got some punk rock in there, some metalcore in there, and I even have some swamp rock. If you happen to be a fan of like country singing over rock songs, I actually got 2 of those on there as well. We go with the growls, we have screams on this, and we do like metal singing on it. So it is a completely different sound from what we've been doing. But my original plan was always to be a metal singer first. The hip hop is something I can do without anyone. With the metal, I could never make a band. So this is me actually finally being able to do that.
All right, let's check this one out. This is the metal side of Toad, and this one is called Mental.
Just not feeling like myself. Just feeling like I've lost my mind. Just feel like I don't have control anymore. Just feel like I've gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Break me down, I feel like gold. From your life, I stole your soul. Break me down, I feel like gold. From your life, I stole your soul. Demons falling out of it. Do what I tell to make me well. Demons falling out of it. You can tell that burning smell. Body never could be found. Too scared to come up from the ground. Body never could be found. He's silent, man, where are you now? Toad's gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Toad's gone mental. Don't you wanna get
What's up, girlfriend? You gotta knock this thing off, girlfriend. You keep shaking the camera. What the deal? Oh, puppy dog. It's a short one, but it is the intro song to the metal album.
Heck yeah, we got it. Man, so you said you had. When did this angry album come out?
Oh, when was it? It was that like the week before we were supposed to, I think, do that other podcast. When exactly did? It was about a month and a week ago. I couldn't tell you the exact date. It was on a Saturday though. Oh, you know what? I do remember it was November 30th. There you go.
November 30th.
I don't know why that came back to me, but that was the day.
And this metal one, is that one currently out or is that coming out?
It's going to be coming out. I'm still waiting on some features to come back on it. The rest of the album itself is done and submitted into a distributor. I'm not trying to get political on your show, but I am actively trying to avoid when Donald Trump goes into office because everyone's going to be all hyped about that. I don't want my album to be buried underneath political news where people just don't notice it, where the algorithms are showing political news instead, showing what he's doing as, the new president. I don't want my album to be erased by that. So I'm probably going to wait some more like the first week of February to get that album out. And it's, like I said, it's good to go. I'm just waiting on 2 features to come back for a song that I'm adding to the end of the album. And then we also have a rap album that's done too, which is where Pedestal will go on. If we can't get people to do it, we can go on without the song too.
Well, if no one else hits you up, I definitely got you. I think me and DJ Lucius are going to be fighting you over that one.
Well, there's 2 spots, so if you both want to get on it, get on it. I'm not even worried about the streaming money, but that's all I got. So if need be, I'd give it all to you guys just to get some features on there,
Heck yeah, right on. Right.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I'm honored to be, invited onto anyone's track. If you think I'm good enough to be on a track with you, I'm going to be honored and I'm going to do my very best. That's all I have to say to anyone who's interested in making music with me and vice versa. If you want to be on a track with me, I'm not picky, man. I'm willing to give everyone their shot. I don't care your skill level because quite honestly, I'm still new at this too, so I don't expect myself to be the best. So we can all grow and learn together. That's how I look at it.
Exactly, and it's like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. The worst thing that, someone like Jesse or someone like me could say to you is no, or just not even reply. There's
exactly, and
not that
I think
embarrassing to try.
Exactly, and there's, I think a big holdup is a lot of us don't like to hear the word no, but you guys, no is not the end of the world. There's so much bigger, worse things going on than an artist just saying no. Move on and try again, because like he said, there's plenty of opportunities out there, but if you never take a shot for any of them, you definitely aren't going to score any of them.
Not happening.
So I am down to my last 2 questions of the show. So this is the part where I basically give you the floor and just want to talk about any projects we might have missed, give any shout outs, and to just remind people where they can find you.
All right. Well, I mean, Facebook is Music by Toad. You can find me there. It's very easy to find. Just music space by space Toad. I'm on YouTube as Toad 2 Dope. I'm on TikTok as Toad. If you follow me, you want me to follow you back, I'll do it back. I'll like all your videos, do all that fun stuff, We do have the metal album that we're going to try to get out at the like first week of February. We're probably going to hold off the hip hop album towards like the end of February. I don't want to compete with my 2 albums. So we'll probably wait a little bit on that one, but it depends on what happens with Pedestal. It depends on just honestly how I'm feeling. You can, how do I put it? It's pretty much on everything but SoundCloud. I've been having issues with SoundCloud, so Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Pandora, I mean, just about anywhere. But like I said, unfortunately, you gotta look for this gorgeous mug right here, not the other toads, not the ugly toads, the gorgeous toad. This toad right here. But we always got something in the works. We're always trying to move forward. We're always trying to learn. And I mean, we're open to anything. I'm not big enough that I'm not going to respond back to you or act like I'm bigger or better than you. You know, I appreciate every fan I have. As a matter of fact, I should shout out the Never Angel because he found me on YouTube when I had like 10 subscribers and he subscribed to me. He's the second person that subscribed to me on TikTok when I did not understand TikTok at all. And he's made a video about me on YouTube, you know, to try to get some of his fans, you know, to watch my stuff. So you obviously have to shout out the Never Angel, and the dude's just been so freaking cool. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but like the whole interaction has just been so cool. And you know, I've probably forgotten some people, and I apologize. A lot of people have given me positive feedback online, and you know, you have longer names, or maybe I forgot you, but I always appreciate the love that you send me. I don't just focus on the hate. I do joke about that. I actually focus on the love.
Right on. That is fantastic. Shout out to all of you guys. Like he said, that is great. Go follow this guy on all of his social medias. And again, for you TikTokers, it may or may not be going away, but until it does, keep showing us love. And a fantastic way to do that is to use our music that you can find usually attached to our profiles. So go make a video, use our sounds, go share a link to one of those YouTube videos. Go like, subscribe, and follow to YouTube. That is
Comment.
huge help. Yes, comment. No one likes, no one comments. YouTube is such a weird place. It's those 2 simple things alone. Hit that little like, thumbs up button in the corner and just comment a freaking flame emoji, for crying out loud. Just interact. It makes a massive difference. Yes, 10 little flames.
And I
One
don't
little
know how
flame,
you
10
said
times.
it,
That'd be even
right?
better.
I don't know how you said it, but with my distributor does ask like, how do you want your price? It doesn't say like specific numbers, but I always click my stuff at the absolute lowest. And I jumped on Spotify one time on a guest account, listen to my music. It let me get 8 whole songs in before it hit me with an ad. That ad was like 15 seconds long. Then I got like another 10 songs. So a lot of these people who are smaller artists, if you don't have a Spotify, like you're just listening to free YouTube. A lot of us, you can listen to us with very minimal ads. And I'm talking very minimal. You're not going to get hit with a bunch of them. Again, we're not Corn. You know, we're not, 20 million monthly subscribers. You know, we're all trying to get started out. And, if you're not on a platform like that, and you jump on there, that helps out people like me and Jesse big time, because Spotify is a hater to people like us. They hate us.
It really is. Yeah. Spotify especially is a hater. So my last 2 questions, here we go. I want you to tell us, and I feel like you're just a man for this job. I need you to bring out that hype personality and get hype while you answer this question, and tell us what your most hype moment so far has been.
Most hype.
I don't care what it's about. Your music, your life, I don't care. Your most hype moment. Tell us about just something and relive that for us.
There's a bunch of them, but the best story to honestly tell you is when I was at my daughter's kindergarten. And the kindergarten itself is not important. We're leaving the kindergarten graduation. I see this guy getting actually kind of beat up by these 2 gentlemen. And I interjected myself into this, no problem. There was a tall guy and there was a short guy. They were both kind of chubby. But I basically got in the way of that because the poor dude that they had pushed to the ground, he looked scared to death. So I get all up in their grill. I tell them that they need to leave the building and that they need to get out of it. This is a kindergarten graduation. And they tell me about how they won't meet me in the parking lot. I got this dude all up in my face. I'm about to meet me in the parking lot. I was like, oh, so you want fun? Let's go. And then the principal kind of came up, so I had to, play it off a little cool. But I told him to get up out of that building and take off right away after that whole confrontation. There was two of them. If I'm being honest, I'm not a super short guy, but one of the dudes was towering over me. And I was a little heated from the moment. I ain't gonna lie to you. I looked for them in the parking lot. When they were yelling at me to come meet, I was like, okay, I'll actually go out there and look for you. But lo and behold, it was just words, as it normally is in Arizona. There's not a lot of fist fights out here. And so I'm just heated, and I'm kind of stewing, right? Because you get all excited, you just want to punch someone in the face, right? But it doesn't happen. So you got all this animosity in you. I actually went and wrote the song Enemy that day, and it's about those two guys and about how they made too many enemies and now they're trying to stare at me. So that to me, like when I finished that song, all that anger that I had in me from that moment, it all just kind of like washed away onto the track. I no longer felt that hatred. And I just remember feeling, like you said, feeling so hyped about it. Like, this is what I can do with music. I can take my feelings like that, just smack it down on a track like that, and put it out to people like that. That's amazing. So that was probably like the most hype that I felt about this. And it's like I said, unless I'm physically unable to do it, I really don't ever see myself stopping, whether or not you like me.
I love that. I've had somewhat the same inspiration from the same kind of thing come out of that. My song diss track is actually written somewhat from the same circumstances. Someone was talking shit, and ironically enough, I didn't even know it at the moment. That's how little you guys have effect on me, by the way. I didn't know. My wife told me after the fact that people were screaming that I was a whack ass bitch, and I was like, yeah, my name's Matt Whack Jackson. I'm a whack ass bitch. And the next thing you know, I made a whole ass fucking song and dissed myself so that anyone trying, I already beat you. You can't diss me because I already did.
Words can't hurt me.
Inspiration.
Exactly. Where was that at? If you don't mind me asking.
It was at one of my last performing shows out here in Colorado at the Roxy.
You got beef with a
so-called friends.
You got another beef with another dude or so that was there?
No,
Oh, okay.
not even musicians. I don't even know. That's what I mean. Just former friends.
Oh,
honestly,
really?
I don't know what happened.
So
I don't know what I
they
did.
showed up just to be a dick to you, is what I'm hearing. No,
Maybe. We could pretend they were there for the concert, but
I would take that as a privilege myself.
They were there to see me and diss me. It's all right.
I would take that.
I see you guys too. It's cool.
I would take that as a privilege. Like, you guys went out of your way to pay money to be somewhere to hate on me. Like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's an accomplishment right there. If you ask me, that's something to be proud of.
Oh yeah. Well, and my biggest accomplishment out of that is knowing that they did in fact hear it. They know that shit happened.
Oh yeah.
They know it happened.
Oh yeah.
They heard that track. You can pretend like y'all didn't and you don't know where it came from, but we know.
They obsessed.
And again, I ain't got no beef, but whatever your beef is, I'm sorry it happened. But it is what it is.
I'll tell you this much, though, those are the worst.
Haters make me famous.
You're like, what did I do? Like, I don't even know what I did. Y'all hating on me. Whatever.
Seriously, like for real, I can handle beef if you tell me what the hell it is. Honestly,
right?
Like, come at me, but tell me what I did. Don't play all weird with me and expect me to know what I did.
And if I was a dick, I'll apologize. Like, if I was dead wrong, like, hey, dude, you were like stomping on my feet last night. Like, my bad. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to, go F yourself if you want to hash these things out with words like adults.
All right. So my last, unless I didn't ask my viewers, I didn't remind them. I did ask them. So before we get to my last question, is there anyone else in here watching that has any questions they would like to ask real quick? Go ahead and drop those in the comments.
I'll tell you right now, I don't like pineapple on pizza.
There you go, Rob. There's that answer.
There you go.
He actually did. I missed a question earlier. he actually also would like to know if you are a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan.
Oh, big time. Absolutely. Huge Turtles fan. My wife knows that. Everyone knows that. But I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to jump ahead to what I already know is the follow up question. It's actually Raphael because I was very angry as a kid. So Raphael's always been my favorite. Michelangelo is number 2 for sure, though, because who doesn't love Michelangelo? Let's be honest. We all love pizza. We all love to act goofy. If you don't like that goofy, you still like that goofy person. You know, everybody likes that person. He's just there to make you laugh, right? He was a good teammate and a good friend. So
Absolutely. Mikey is one of the best teammates, I think, out of the crew.
mhm.
That's the best way to sum it up. He's the light, he's the energy, he's the fun, and he honestly, I think if you took Mikey out of the picture, he's kind of the glue that holds them all together.
I feel like with some of them, you'd have to convince them to go back, like to help someone. You know, like Mikey would just wholeheartedly, like, oh, Raphael's down, I need to go save him. You know, but I feel like Leonardo and Donatello, you'd have to like talk them into it. Like, we should go save our brother. You know?
Yeah, you'd have to, yeah, exactly.
So,
There you go, you guys. There is a fan for sure. If you are into that kind of stuff, you know exactly what we're talking about because if you know, you know. Shout out TMNT, Street, all of our old school cartoons, man. I swear to God, we got raised on the best of them. We really
oh
did.
yeah, there's nothing like Dexter's Lab nowadays.
Bro, that's one I need to find on a streaming one and have not watched in a while that I need to re-up on.
It bounces around. You know how that copyright BS goes around, so.
Yep, Mikey is the last Ronin for a reason. Absolutely, Rob Gates. So, if there are no more questions, that brings me down to my last one, and you might already know this one. What is your favorite dinosaur?
You know, as far as like dinosaurs actually go, it's the very unpopular Stegosaurus. That's the one growing up was my most favorite. I really couldn't tell you a specific reason other than I found that they actually ran in packs and they would team up to take down bigger, I almost said animals, bigger dinosaurs. And, to me, that teamwork, loyalty, that stuff's always spoken to me. And it's like these guys on their own, they would just get devoured. So they team up and protect each other. So you have to love that. But I wouldn't be toad if I didn't tell you that toads have actually been around since the crustacean period. And there's actually a one called the devil toad that has a more scientific name that I'm too afraid to butcher on here. So we're going to stick with devil toad. He'd be about 16 inches long. And he was like 10 pounds big. And his most related cousin would actually be the horned toad. So he was like the start of toads, and he was around during the dinosaurs. Now, I'm going to blow your mind a little bit here. They say the asteroid that came down and destroyed, the dinosaurs put up, blocked the sun, and they eventually all, died out from the lack of sun. That's what actually caused all the different frogs and toad species to thrive. So what essentially actually killed, you guys over there caused us to thrive. So all the different species are becoming the same thing.
Mm-hmm. That is absolutely correct. And all you science people, or I guess the opposite, all of you unevolutionary theorists who do not believe that, I'm going to go out there right now. I'm going to say that's facts. And also, I want to point out to you, because you did bring it up, that in today's current society, it is kind of the absolute importance that we keep toads, frogs, and amphibians and all of those creatures alive in our current state of the world, because without them, over half of our ecosystem goes away, and we're unsustainable as a planet.
Yep.
I don't know if many people know that, but honeybees and frogs and toads are the literal lifeline to this planet. So without them, our ecosystem goes to complete shit, and it is going to eliminate the human race too. So go out there and respect the toad, you
Yep.
guys. Respect the
I know
toad.
some of you are gonna turn around and be like, Elon Musk, robots, blah blah blah. Man, you can't do that stuff with robots. I'm sorry. Maybe they could prove me wrong one day, but they've been trying like hell to make a robot bee, and it just does not work. But do you want that job of pollinating flowers, a little bee driver? I really don't think nobody wants that job either. So we gotta take care of our
No, man, you guys.
take care of Mother Nature, take care of our Earth in
We gotta
general.
take we absolutely,
Mhm.
and it's just it's just a little one of those little unknown facts that your species, your toad species, is an absolute mandatory thing that we need on this planet.
Mhm.
They have such a massive effect, and they are officially being put on the endangered species list. So there you go, you guys. It's time for change, no matter what it
And,
is.
I'm not gonna lie, that scares you when you see stuff like that. It really does. Like, what are they being put on endangered list for? I had no idea that they were being hunted or killed, or that their environment was like that bad. So that's baffling to me. When you hear information like that, like what is going on here? I really hope Mother Nature ain't quitting on us.
Yeah, I hope so too. And that's part of the reason I brought it up. I hate to do it on a music podcast and make it all, kind of political, and I don't know if it's political, but we are all on this
Green.
planet. We share it, there's no way around it. So if I can just spread a little bit of information to you guys that help keep us on this planet a little longer and thriving as a species, then I'm going to do my best to do that. So
Mhm.
save the bees and save the toads and frogs, you guys.
Uh,
Pick up your trash
Yep.
and just
Dump out.
overall be kind to one
Yep,
another.
dump out your water bottles too. A lot of people don't know that this water gets trapped at the dump. So if you don't pour out this water, Mother Nature never gets it back.
There you go, guys. I think this was an awesome show. Is one of the longest shows I've had in a while.
Oh,
That's awesome.
sorry.
I love going on these long ones and having good conversation instead of trying to poke and prod you to communicate with me. So thank you for bringing some good energy, some lighthearted energy to the show. I had a fantastic time with you and your little unicorn toad over there, Party
Yeah,
Princess.
she had a great time too. And honestly, you're easy to talk to. I mean, you ask great questions. There's a lot of good banter back and forth, and it keeps it going. I really didn't feel like I had to carry this. I felt like it was a good teamwork effort on your part to keep those conversations, keep the good questions going. So
I appreciate that so much. I really do. So yeah, that's all we got today. So again, I want to remind all my viewers to please go follow my guest on any and all platforms if you can. Give the music a stream. We heard some awesome music today. I know you guys want to go finish listening to those tracks, so go do that. And last but absolutely not least, I want to send you off today with the hopes of over 1 billion trillion streams on every single thing that you put out from now until the end of time, man. I wish you nothing but the absolute best in your future.
Oh, and I honestly, I see you and I see what you're doing, and I mean, you spread love around. I want to see you do good too. So we definitely got to hook up on this pedestal song, so that way, if one of us blows up, we blow up together.
Hell yeah, man. And even if this one track don't work out, we're gonna do something together because I like your mentality, and I like the way that you are one for, spreading the love too. That is a huge attractant to me. And when I find like-minded people like that, I keep you in my circle. So be ready to be in my circle.
I'm there, right there, boom, in the circle.
Oh yeah. All right. So thank you so much for coming on. And I just want to let you know that anytime you want to come back on, you're always more than welcome. Just hit up my inbox and we'll make it happen.
Well, right back at you. I sometimes forget what day it is, so you don't forget to message me if you need me to fill a spot. Honestly, if you need me to jump in like last minute, I really only need like 30 minutes heads up. So
Hell yeah, good to know, man. I'm gonna get you over on our Happy Days linked up too, so we can get you some more free promo over there. Oh, yeah. All right, my man. Well, thank you again so much for coming on. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. It was fantastic meeting you, and can't wait to do it again.
Absolutely. It was awesome being on the show. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Much love, man. Peace out. Bye, little toad, little unicorn party toad.
Make sure you get the daddy notes.
Never forget the daddy notes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Much love, fam. Thank you. All right, guys. That was an awesome show. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and watching. Shout outs, quick, if I can see you. Wifey, thank you. Mommy, thank you. Rob Gates, I seen you. Shout out, homie. Chris Boyd, he's got music coming out. Go check that out. We got a track together too, in case you don't know and you've been under a rock. Who else? Jacob was in here. I seen our Happy Days crew, Acid Happy. DJ Lucius, thank you for tuning in. Another artist you guys should go check out. Chris Minter, thank you for tuning in. I believe that's one of the artists affiliated with our guest today, so go like and follow them as well. And again, if I missed your name, I apologize. It's never ever on purpose. But all the more reason for you guys to drop those comments so that I do not miss you in the future. One last thing. As always, if you enjoyed this podcast, it is not required, but is absolutely appreciated if you could drop some stars, or there's the option to directly donate via links found in my bio. Again, never required, but absolutely appreciated. All donations go to further bettering this podcast for you in the future. And before I head out, I just want to remind you guys again, I got another episode coming up, I believe, in just a day or two with the Yard Boys, who just dropped a full album. I'm talking about my boy Shane Neal, aka Hectic, and Mr. Illness, Casey Laurent. I hope I said that name right. We'll get it together when we have that interview coming up in just a few days. So stay freaking tuned to Hype as Fuck. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a show. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. And until next time, Mad Whack out.